A new updated version of the Tesla Cybertruck has been spotted on Tesla's test track. Now, is this the final production version? I think it actually could be. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. Fantastic to see you all here, all your smiling, beautiful faces, all 46,000 of you. Great to see so many new people on the channel recently over the last month. Welcome to all of you, and welcome back to everyone else. Now, the Tesla Cybertruck has obviously been claimed by some trolls, a lot of trolls in fact, that it's not real, it's never going to really be made. Proof of that obviously is the fact that its bumpers are not legit for the road and doesn't have mirrors and some other random things they've come up with. Well, now those things are actually on the Cybertruck, as I said they would be once we had a final production version. Now, what else has changed? There's been quite a lot of changes to the Cybertruck. I mean, not big changes, mostly not big changes, but there's quite a lot of changes if you actually have a very close look at the video. Now, this is the best look we've had at the upcoming electric pickup truck in a while, and it's been quite a long time. The Cybertruck was initially unveiled in 2019, and for quite a long time, only a single prototype of the electric pickup truck has been spotted out in the wild and at Tesla events. But this version is quite different to that prototype. This, to me, looks like it could be the production version. Now, during the last couple of years, Tesla's obviously been working hard on how they can make this vehicle be mass produced. Lots of challenges here with this kind of vehicle, completely new architecture, completely new vehicle from the ground up. Now, with that time, Tesla has been expected to update the electric pickup truck with new features. They've said they're going to update it with new features and a slightly different design that would meet certain road standards that the old prototype version was not going to meet. Now, this is an incredibly impressive look at the latest Cybertruck. Is this a prototype or the real thing? I actually think this could be not a prototype, but the real thing. But we don't really know for sure yet. Now, a YouTuber whose name is Chili A1100, I'll put a link in the description below to his channel, has done drone flyovers of Tesla's Fremont factory, and he spotted the new Tesla Cybertruck prototype on the test track and driving around. And he's taken some incredibly good video so we can see those changes that Tesla has made. Some of the changes I like, some of them I don't like, some of them I really like, and some of them I'm just not sure about. Now, this new prototype appears to be an entirely different vehicle to the one that Elon Musk has been spotted driving, the one that was released at the presentation back in 2019. And the one that I pre-ordered, and I think about another 1.3 million people have pre-ordered since. Insane, isn't it? 1.3 million pre-orders. That's crazy. Now, there's a few very obvious changes on this vehicle, and there's a few that are really quite hard to spot, but if you have a good look, you can see them. Now, one of the big changes here is that this Cybertruck has side mirrors, something the prototype didn't have. And as people were saying that the Cybertruck's never going to exist because it doesn't have side mirrors. I was thinking, are you people insane? Obviously, Tesla will just put side mirrors on it in markets where they need side mirrors. In markets where they can use the internal mirrors, they'll use the internal digital mirrors. So clearly, that's what they've done. They put side mirrors on. Now, initially, Tesla had planned on having side cameras feed into screens inside the electric pickup truck, much like the Audi that has that in Europe, if regulations allowed that to be possible. But it's not yet the case, unfortunately, in North America, so they've had to put those mirrors on. Now, Elon has actually said he plans to implement this digital system still and make the side mirrors more easily removable so that owners can modify the vehicle themselves. I absolutely love that idea. I think it's a brilliant idea to say, hey, we have both. You can use either or depending on the market you're in. Now, as you can see in the video, the Cybertruck here doesn't have the retractable bed cover. So either it was fully retracted or it wasn't installed on the vehicle. But the interesting thing is, you can see that there's a complete pass-through between the back in the tray back into the vehicle. And I'll get to that in a minute because that is extremely important. That actually puts this vehicle in a completely new class all of its own. And I'll explain why in a second. So here are the changes I've been able to spot. Number one, larger side windows. If you actually have a look at the windows in this versus the prototype, the original display model, the side windows look bigger. Number two, it has slightly more rounded edges. Number three, It has different rims. I actually much prefer these rims versus the kind of hubcapping looking rims that were on the original version. I think these rims make it look much nicer. Number 4, it has a much more realistic bumper setup on the front and the rear of the vehicle. And those bumpers obviously are designed to actually meet vehicle regulation standards. That was one of the reasons as well that people were saying this vehicle would never be released. It couldn't be approved. It was just vaporware because, well, the bumpers, obviously people who had a brain in their heads and weren't being ridiculous said, yeah, if Tesla needs to, they'll just install bumpers, which will be legal. These are obviously those legalized bumpers. Now, number 5, the lights have been moved down towards the bumper. In fact, the light bar is still there, but the lights have been installed below that light bar. I would presume and guess that the light bar will be for driving at night for high beams, while the lower lights will be DRLs. And number 6, I already mentioned the side mirrors that are sized for a typical pickup truck. Number 7, it looks like it's got a slightly higher roofline with a potentially larger greenhouse. You can see the window sizes are bigger, indicating the actual interior of the vehicle is actually bigger. Number 8, it has black running boards on the sides of the vehicle, something that you see on a lot of pickup trucks and something the original prototype didn't have. Number 9, the rear bumper is more realistic looking. It's the kind of thing you would see on a vehicle that is actually approved for driving on the roads. Number 10, and this is one which could be very controversial, the rear bed looks shorter. The original bed in the prototype was 6.5 feet, but to me it looks like this bed here could be about half a foot shorter, potentially 6 foot bed. So this would be very controversial if it was shorter on the model that people are going to buy. Obviously those 1.3 million pre-orders, those people accepted the fact that the bed was going to be 6.5 feet long. So what's going to happen if it is actually shorter on the model that goes on sale? I don't know. This could be challenging. It'd be interesting to see. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. Number 11, the windshield is curved. You can see there's a curve in the windshield, but the original prototype did not have a curved windshield. It was completely flat. I wonder if that's got something to do with aerodynamics. Potentially, would a curved windshield be better for wind deflection? I'm not sure why they've done that, but it's definitely a slight curve in the windscreen. Number 12, there is a mono-arm windshield wiper, which obviously rests at the side of the window when it's not being used. It looks like one big arm. It's going to be interesting to see how that works, but I'll talk a bit about what people are saying on that windshield wiper. Very interesting kind of theory here presented by a commenter on one of the websites. And that theory is, people are saying this could be the rumored regen wiper blade. Tesla have a patent, number 12342069789, and this could be use of that patent in real life. Now, Elon did say, right, that this vehicle would be a technological powerhouse, something along those lines. Is this part of what he was talking about? Now, from this patent application, it says that at highway speeds, the wiper aligns with the wind when translating down to the hood. At the hood, the wiper adjusts for maximum drag, and then it sails back like a wind turbine blade while generating 4.2 kilowatt over the windward movement of 0.9 kilowatt hours per stroke. Now, I honestly don't understand what's going on there. If there's some sort of, if this is real, if this is legitimate, I honestly doubt that it is. But if it is, I mean, if they're generating 4.2 kilowatt in regen capacity from having a big windscreen wiper and somehow that draws a regen, I don't know. I mean, this is quite interesting to me. What do you think? Do you think this is possible? Is this a thing that's, if there's any engineers, I know there's some engineers that watch this channel, let us know in the comments below if you think that this could be that regen wiper blade that Tesla have a patent for. Now, number 13, the back seats are very clearly open to the bed. Now, in the video, you can see that the rear cabin is open to the trunk, or to the rear tray, as we would say in Australia. Now, that might mean that you can keep access to and keep the bed climate controlled with the actual trunk, the tonneau, closed down. So if you can actually buy this, right, with this option, meaning that the vault and the passenger cabin are open to each other, this would be a big, big deal, because this puts this vehicle in an entirely different class all of its own. Now, assuming that the rear seats fold flat, the effective length of the bed would be 8 foot plus, because obviously you can then push things that will go all the way from the back of the car, say from the front seats, all the way to the back of the tray. So even if the tray is shorter, it actually might become more practical thanks to this potential for pushing the entire back wall between the tray or the vault and the seats down. So what this would mean is that the Cybertruck would become an entirely new class of vehicle, a combination of a pickup truck and an SUV. And this could potentially then replace a van for transporting kids and a dog if the vault does have this pass-through, which like a traditional canopy. I honestly have wondered for many years why pickup trucks don't have this option of having this pass-through, having that as an open space. It really does turn this vehicle to being really a hybrid between an SUV and a pickup truck. I really like this feature. This is my favorite feature that I've seen in this video that's been released today. Number 14, the front end looks different. I'm not sure what it is, but it definitely looks different. Tell me in the description below what you think. Why does it look so different? Number 15, clearly this vehicle has different tires. They're much more road going type tires, much more practical type tires that you'd probably use on a daily basis. Number 16, the front light bar is up higher. If you have a close look, you can see it's up higher than what it was in the original prototype. Number 17, it looks like the rear bed gate is less angled or nearly vertical. Number 18, the inside of the bed looks like it's plastic or painted, or it looks like some molding is over the top of the aluminium tray in the same way that like traditional pickup trucks, traditional utes here in Australia have that molded plastic that goes over the top of the steel or the aluminium tray. Number 19, it clearly has more rounded edges than the traditional prototype, which was very, very angular. I'm not sure if I like the more rounded edges better or the original prototype better. What do you think? Number 20, it clearly has different rims, which I think look much better than the hubcaps that were on the original one. Number 21, there is 3 small amber lights between the headlights. So the question is, why are those there? Well, usually those lights are required for trucks that are over 80 inches wide. The Ford Raptor in America has those as well because it's over 80 inches wide. Does this mean the Cybertruck will be more than 80 inches wide? It potentially could. Now, number 21, it gives me the impression of being shorter and potentially a little bit smaller. It certainly looks a bit shorter lengthwise, but that could be something to do with the fact that the front bonnet also looks shorter, which I think is a big plus. The front bonnet does nothing really. So rather than having a frunk there, I mean, it probably will still have a frunk, but rather than having empty space there, I think removing a bit of space from the front has been a really good design change. Now, number 22. Now, this prototype looks to be equipped with the optional solar roof, which overhangs the vault a little bit. To me, that roof there looks black. It doesn't look clear, doesn't look see-through like the original roof does. So I think this is equipped with the solar roof. Now, number 22, the lid of the frunk, which is on the boot at the front of the vehicle, looks shorter, like I said, by several inches. And the windshield also looks shorter as well. Now, for me, the most controversial issue of this vehicle is the fact that the bed may have been shortened. Very hard to tell exactly. Really, we're just guessing. But just from looking at the video, it does look a little bit shorter than the original prototype version. So this, in my mind, is controversial. Do you think it's been shortened? Is this controversial? Is this a risky move for people who are buying this vehicle? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And also let me know if you think I should still keep my reservation for the Cybertruck. What would you do? Would you still go through that order? Personally, I'm thinking I probably will. But let me know what you would do. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.